Good morning to have us in front of you. It's Ithemba Lesizwe, Comrade Manenze. I'm with Good Boy from Ithemba Lesizwe. I am the Deputy President of Ithemba Lesizwe Movement. Also, we are having in our midst our Secretary, Comrade John Goss. We are going to give a statement about the LEDF as Ithemba Lesizwe Movement. I think what is important is just to give a background. What is Ithemba Lesizwe? Ithemba Lesizwe, we are a non-profit organization incorporated in terms of Section 21 of Act of 79 of 2008. Our organization has a single uncompleted mission to promote the interest of the poor in the community of the government at large, which include to achieve the better service delivery for all. The Ithemba Lesizwe Movement is a community voice of government municipality irrespective of race, gender, color, and non-political affiliation and religion. That is the background of Ithemba Lesizwe. We were approached as the organization by various stakeholders from the community within the jurisdiction of Governor Begi regarding to the issue of LEDF. Remember, LEDF was elected last year, October. Up to this far, they have never called even a single meeting of the stakeholders. Stakeholders, they were very concerned about these following points of discussions. They wanted to know about the program of action of LEDF, the Local Economic Development Forum. The second item, it was terms of reference, which will play as a policy from the start of election to the end. The third one is the state of the organization, state of the structure. The fourth one there are three actually. And also there are also allegations that we are going to deal with them, but at the end. In a program of action, as we indicated before that, they never called the meeting of the organization. Now, we wanted to know how they are going to liaise with the mining houses and private companies. When they are going to go and negotiate with Sasol, when they are going to Pan-African Resources, we wanted those details as the stakeholders. But the procedure is such that they can't go to these companies without the consent of the stakeholders. They are representing the stakeholders, not themselves. Number two, terms of reference. As I indicated, terms of reference is very clear. Local Economic Development Forum is not a legislative structure. It's working. They are given a mandate during the time that they were elected that they must go and formulate these terms of reference. And they must bring them back for omission and addition and adoption. So that anything that they are doing, they are in line with the policy, which is terms of reference. So we are also overheard that they've got their own terms of reference that we don't know as the stakeholders. We hope that maybe they are going to call a meeting and come, and then we see them. But we never adopted those terms of reference. Now, to the state of the organization, which means the structure. The structure is alleged that it's not fully operating them as collectively. There are 4 people who are big guns, who are busy playing their own ball without the consent of other structures members. Now, these 4 people, including the chairperson, are the ones who are busy going to negotiate on behalf of stakeholders. So we wanted to know in details, is the structure still alive? Is the structure working as a collective, as they elected? Those are the things that we wanted to speak with them. There are also some allegations that we have here. There is an allegation that, remember, during COVID-19, there was an agreement that the water board must assist the municipalities by water. Then they requested that they must bring companies through the office of LED. And it's alleged that the chairperson of the LEDF was requested by the LED official to bring 8 companies to render the services. Now we want those to be investigated because there are allegations that the things that went wrong there in the awarding of the project. 2, we also allegations that because some of the structure members, they are not aware, they were never consulted by the chairperson or by the 4 people who seem to be the ones who are running the structure. Others were never consulted. They don't know about the request that was made that they must bring 8 companies. They do it within themselves and they call their friends and give them the project. Now, there is also an allegation that they are busy, as we indicated, negotiating on behalf of stakeholders with mining houses, without us as stakeholders, and without some of the members who are within the structure. There is also an allegation that a chairperson there's a project, road project in Ward 12, between Ward 12 and Ward 31. The chairperson is a private partner there. Yeah, we know, and some of our members in Ithemba Lesizwe went there and find him in the site. Now we want that to be investigated because we can't have individuals whom are enriching themselves on behalf of the community whilst the community is suffering. We want the economy of this place, Begi, to be redirected to a right direction. We are not going to be apologetic about that. We are going to fight tooth and nail as Ithemba Lesizwe together with our stakeholders to make sure all these people who are doing the wrong things with the public funds, they must dealt accordingly. There is also an allegation on the issue of PPE during the seriousness of the novel COVID-19, that even the top 4, they were given a project to provide these PPEs by the SASWAN. The top 4 without the consent of others again, and you were told that they failed in that in that project to execute with a due course. They were demoted, and then another company was appointed to rescue them. Now we are going to make sure that as Ithemba Lesizwe, all these allegations, we are going to refer them at law agencies. They must be investigated. And we also put a clear emphasis to say, we are pleading even to the mining houses and private companies, they must stop to engage with this structure. This structure is still questionable, is illegitimate. We are going to take serious steps as Ithemba Lesizwe Movement, if the mining houses and Sasol keep on negotiating with this structure, we are not going to hesitate to enroll in a mass action about the economy of this place. That was all for my side.
Yes, okay. To elaborate further on what my colleague have stated, that as you know, that it is this scourge of corruption regarding the PPE and the COVID fund relief. The matter that touch COVID, it will be taken to higher steps. So once that is being done, we'll also require that the national must intervene to investigate these matters. Is all the clusters must participate to ensure that we get the clean governance, to ensure that this community prosper. One must remember that we also got gold. We also got Sasol. So it mustn't be about individuals. We've got community at large, we've got youth, we've got churches, we've got traditional leaders that must take part on this. So as for ours, we want to ensure that all those houses play part, and also it must be inclusive regardless of race and color. We don't want just one belt there. All parties must take part, even whites. We want them to participate. It's the economy of governing day. With that clarity that we want to promote it here, to say we are not backing off, we are pushing ahead to ensure that we liberate the economy of governing day to the hands of few, to the broader community.